Let's set the scene. You're in your dating era. You get a match. You go on a date, the vibes are good. Yay. The conversation about intimacy comes up and you say, hey, I'm not quite ready for that at this moment in time, as you just met him, but you'd be happy for him to come over to your place for the next date. You get home. You receive a 1-minute 40-second voice note from this man explaining that he wants to make sure that you guys are going to be intimate when he comes over, otherwise he doesn't see the point. Because physical intimacy is so important to him. Wah, wah, wah. How delightful. Hello, it's Anna Marie, and you're watching AM to PM, your sexy survival guide. You've probably heard of the viral voice memo guy, the yuckiest thing I've subjected myself to listening to for a long time. But because I love you, I'm gonna listen to it again in real time so we can experience the yuck together. Sounds good? In today's episode, we're gonna talk about dating, what was great about that voice note, what was terrible about that voice note, and how to handle it if you end up in this situation. Hopefully not. Let's get stuck in, shall we? Classes in session.
All right, I figured I'd send you a voice note because it's like easier than like texting all this. But anyway, had a good time tonight. Definitely think you are lovely. However, I would love to, if we're gonna go to your place on Thursday, I mean, I am looking to have that physical intimacy to see if like I am sexually compatible with you. So like if I'm gonna come over, like I would be hoping to like hook up, have sex, have a good time, have like that romantic spark and that physical spark there for my own sake, because it's hard for me to continue dating someone and seeing them if I don't know if I'm sexually compatible. So I know you said I don't know about that. So like I guess my thing is like, what would be the point of me coming over then if we're not gonna like hook up and like cuddle and like be intimate with each other? And if that's what you don't want, that's fine, but like I think we should just like end it here then, respectfully, just because first date, that's fine. Like you want to get to know each other, I'm all about that, but like I am looking to have that physical aspect there, and I don't want to continue seeing someone if I don't know if that's good, if that's not there or not. So up to you. Let me know. I'm happy to if you do want me to come over, I'm happy to do so. Would love to have a good time, and you know, we can have some wine, hang out and chill. But if you're not trying to hook up, then like I think we should just go our separate ways. Let me know.
Oh, brother. Yuck. Yeah. From listening to 10 seconds of this voice note, I know this man is short, white, with a belly, possibly balding, doesn't know how to interact with women, doesn't give a damn about women, probably insecure, probably has a small pee-pee, probably smells like ham a little bit. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Every second of that voice note made my skin crawl, and I hope it made your skin crawl too, so you know what to look out for when you enter these dating streets. Now, because I'm someone who sees both sides to every story, I think in his small p brain, I think he thought he was doing a good thing here. I think he thought he was laying down the law and being honest and being direct about what he wanted, and that he wasn't willing to settle for less. Good for you, sis. But when it comes to other people's bodies, when it comes to sex and intimacy, you do not have a right to dictate or manipulate anyone into doing anything that they don't want to do. That's called coercion. I recently posted a video on my Instagram talking about why I think it's important to talk about sex on the first date. Many of you commented, some of you agreed, some of you disagreed. A lot of comments said that men lie anyway, so why bother? And I hear it. If you're someone who cares about hooking up in that way, it's important to have these conversations off the bat, not just to see if you're physically compatible, but so you can weed out the weirdos. There are so many things about that voice note that that screamed, I'm selfish, coercive, and just very inconsiderate. I think what makes this voice note very distasteful is that he even says himself, I know you said you don't know about that. He acknowledges that they already had this conversation prior to him sending the voice note. He acknowledges that. Yet, he's sending this voice note to further reinforce his desired outcome. That's what makes this icky. By doing this, he also makes it very clear that he does not care about how he feels with the amount of times he says, I need this. I need to see if I'm sexually compatible with you. I would be hoping to hook up. I need a romantic and physical spark for my own sake. Is this guy 18 or what? Clearly this guy's frontal lobe hasn't formed and he doesn't have real interactions and real respect for women in everyday life, because what are we listening to? I bet this guy is someone who proclaims himself to be a nice guy.
But I'm just a nice guy, but I'm just being honest, but I'm just...
These are the ones that will drag you to hell. Although it's unfortunate that this poor lady received this voice note, it is a massive learning curve for the rest of us, because it's showing you what to pay attention to while you are dating. Someone who values romantic connection isn't rushing to be physically intimate on the second date. Isn't sending 1 minute 40-second voice notes to make sure that you understand that that is what they need. This whole voice note was just about his wants and his needs. He started the voice note with, hey, thanks for today, you are lovely. Lovely. That's something that your grandma calls you. So how do you handle yourself if you end up in this kind of situation? I can tell you firsthand that maybe about 4 months ago, I was in a similar situation. I had gone on 2 dates with a guy that I met on Field. The day after the second date, I got a text message saying,
hey, we've been on 2 dates now. When do you think we can become intimate?
I saw that message and I said, what a turn off. What an absolute turn off. Do you know me? I'm no prude. I'm not the one to tell you not to be intimate on the first date. You're grown. I don't know your life. As long as you're being safe, it's up to you. When I received that text message, as much as I respected him for trying a thing and asking, it felt incredibly disingenuous, because on our first date, when I had spoken about what I was looking for, he had said he just likes to date, he wants to connect, he was practicing ethical non-monogamy with his long-term wife, so he was just dating and enjoying new company. For me, it felt like he was trying to rush and increase the pace of our dating experience, when that's not the impression that he had given me on our first 2 dates. So to receive that text was very surprising to me, because he had not mentioned that he was looking for an intimate connection outside of his marriage. He said he was dating. So I was enjoying the dates. Safe to say we didn't go on a 3rd date, because clearly we were not aligned. But it taught me a lot about being upfront about what I want, and also being able to communicate clearly if what the other person wanted didn't align with me. I probably say this every episode, but it's so important to check in with yourself and pay attention to how you feel inside. When someone sends you a voice note like that, or asks you a question that you weren't expecting, or asks you for something that doesn't align with you, you'll feel it in your body. That tension in your gut, that blow in your chest, you will know. And you cannot allow yourself to be fooled by guilt tripping or coercion, especially by the self-proclaimed nice guy. And based off voice memo guy, you will run into people like this a lot. People who think that the first date is an investment. I'm going to spend a little bit of money, then she's going to sleep with me. No, not on my watch.
Not on my watch.
I understand the economy is hard. I understand getting some nookie is hard. But if you're meeting on the apps, it is so easy to be direct about what you're looking for. You can find someone out there who will match your freak if that's what you want. So how to avoid this from happening? State that you'd prefer to continue dating and forming a connection with a person, and once you feel that you are ready to cross that line, you will let them know. But it's not something that can be measured with time. You want to avoid giving timelines and saying, I'll do it by the 3rd day, I'll do it by the 5th day, because then you're just handing the blueprint to someone. Cool, they will take you on 5 dates, they'll sleep with you, and you will never hear from them again. And getting ghosted is so fun. The bit that got me was when he said, it's hard for me to continue dating someone that I don't know I'm sexually compatible with. That sounds like a predator, because you don't know that you're sexually compatible with anyone when you first meet them. And it shouldn't be your goal. This is why we need to throw everyone in the bin. Let's just throw everyone in the bin. If you just want to hook up, you should just do that. And you should find people who want to hook up too and do that with them. Does that make sense? What's not clocking to you?
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you.
If you end up in a similar kind of situation, and I hope that you don't, here's something that you can text back. Hey, thank you for your message. I appreciate the clarity. Sounds like we're looking for 2 completely different things. So let's go ahead and leave it at date 1. Wishing you the best. I love a breakup text with wishing you the best XXX. It's short, sweet, blocked, goodbye, honey. Let's go. This is also typical behavior of broke men. People who are not earning enough are just trying to get to the reward as quick as possible because they know they cannot afford to take you on date 2, date 3, date 4, date 5. So they want to make sure that they have access as quick as possible. We don't like that either. What's scary about this is how he centers his own pleasure in all of this. How he acknowledges that she's already made it clear that she wasn't sure about whether she wanted to be sexual with him or not. And if you're not sure, ladies, if you're not sure, take it as a no. If your body, your mind, and your body and your cootie isn't screaming for this man, take it as a no. Take it as a no. That's okay. You'll meet another one. But the fact that he's doing so much yapping and talking about, oh, it's important for me to get this is what I want. I guarantee you, he is going to be horrible in bed. It's clear that he centers himself. He centers his pleasure. You will be lucky to get him to go down on you. You will be lucky if you even get an O from being with this kind of man. Don't waste your time. One thing I will say, I also like that he showed his ass early. The fact that he was like, I might as well not come around if we're not going to do that. Great. The trash took itself out. Fantastic. A win is a win. Now, what can we learn from this? If you're actively putting yourself out there, dating can be dangerous. She is lucky that she got a sense of his character very early on and can dodge the bullet, block him, and move on with her life. But it is not so simple for some other people. Discernment in dating is your best friend. Discernment in life is your best friend, because forget dating. You might meet someone like this at work. You might meet someone like this on the road, and you need to be able to read between the lines. Defend yourself. Be very clear about what you want and what you will not stand for. It ain't safe. So, Hans, what is the lesson that we can learn from this 1 minute 40 voice memo villain? Being upfront about what you want is great, but in this instance, it was embedded with manipulation and guilt tripping, which is far from respectable. Sex is supposed to be mutual, it's supposed to be organic. If you do have that initial romantic spark, then go for it. But if it has to be manufactured in a way where you have to make sure that that's what you're gonna get, and that's not a way you want to start a relationship with someone. The second a guy tries to make you feel bad or make you feel like you're wasting his time because you're not putting out and you're not doing things on his timeline, let him walk. Cancel the date. Make new plans. Don't be afraid to say no. When dating, you need to have a list of things that are non-negotiable. And in a situation like this, it could be not having any physical intimacy before a certain point that feels good for you. Not inviting a man to your home, not going to his home. And do not be afraid to set those boundaries, and do not apologize for going at your own pace. I want to know your thoughts in the comments right now. Have you ever received a voice note this audacious? Have you ever received a text message just as brazen? And how did you respond? Drop your stories below. I want all of the same. If you love this episode, make sure to hit subscribe. I'm on the road to hitting 1,000 of you beautiful subscribers by the end of September 2026. Let's make it happen. Follow us on Spotify and all your streaming platforms. Leave a review if you're feeling freaky, or share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Until next time, keep your boundaries tight and your standards high, and go live a completely delicious life. Class is officially dismissed.